It is a common phenomenon that the ability to envision the future is strongly influenced by the memory of the past. President Yoweri Museveni has on several occasions addressed the future of Uganda in reference to the historical developments. A case in point was in 2018. President Museveni held a meeting with the leaders of Uganda National Teachers Union and strongly connected unfolding priorities which have aided the development of Uganda's economy since the NRM government took power in 1986. According to President Museveni, by 1987, Uganda could generate revenue of only 5 billion shillings, which was attributed to lack of goods and services to contribute to the tax base of the economy.
Your country, Uganda, had become a failed state. It had collapsed.
In a move to recover the economy, government topped security among the policies to guide the journey to increase the tax base of the country.
We bush people we have been able to provide security for Uganda cheaply. We encourage the private sector, and the private sector built all these new factories.
President Museveni revealed that the country then started to benefit from the fruits of prioritization.
If I start with education, or I don't fund security adequately, then you will have neither security nor education. Because without security, what education are you talking about?
With the current events of industrial action by UNATO in relation to the salary enhancement, it is quite important to connect the dots on the government priorities.
And I can tell you, if you think you can fund education without funding infrastructure first, you are mistaken. You are not going to get results. What will happen is that you will train people. That's what actually causes what we call the brain drain. You have heard of that.
Is the law silent in regards to the salary structures of public servants?
It was the Constitution, which was written badly in 1995, where the Parliament, those who are writing in the CSA, Parliament should fix their own salaries. You cannot get a hungry man to fix his own salary.
Once they undertake to collectively bargain, it means they are within their rights, they are within the law.
A permanent secretary currently may be earning, I think, 15 million, but the undersecretary, who does most of the donkey work in the ministry, earns about 2 million shillings. So the law is there, but sometimes it is person to holder, people negotiating with the president.
But actualization of some of these laws is also an issue, because we have very good laws, but implementation of the laws that we have is a weakness that we have. What we have to do is to look at the existing laws and how best we can actualize them.
Uganda Revenue Authority targets a tax collection of 25.5 trillion in this financial year 2022-2023. But one would pose a question whether the country's tax collection is enough to balance the demands of the civil servants.
For example, I was looking at the list of presidential advisors. There are now over 130. Do we really need all these presidential advisors? When we have ministers, when we have technocrats, when we have permanent secretaries. So as we try to, collect taxes to meet our own expenditures in terms of salaries and other things, I think let us not increase those other lines that are really not helpful.
Still, during the meeting with the UNATO leaders, President Yoweri Museveni proposed for a move to have a one-salary body which would in turn phase out salary discrepancy among public servants, a move which has since not gained momentum.
I want to end this distribution. I want us to gradually go to a uniform base. So this one of hostage taking, this group takes government hostage, then the government pays the ransom. Then another group, we should go back to the practice of one salaries board. The all public servants, that's what you should be demanding. Should be demanding, and I will support you. So we need one salaries board, one authority in the whole land to fix the salary for all of us. All of us, the workers of the government.
How do you expect district councillors who sit every quarter and they earn 100,000 shillings to supervise a district budget of 5 billion shillings and other government development program? So the question of salary review board is overdue. We should establish it to remove the discrepancy and the wrong and the salary gap, which does not focus on Vision 2030, the National Development Plan, and cannot motivate workers.
Idi Isabire, the Member of Parliament for Bunya South County, thinks otherwise.
The skills are there at whatever level. So we don't need a special body to look at this. What is important is the will and the authority and to do what is necessary to make sure that the country moves on. We don't need really. This multiplicity of boards and commissions are just consuming money for nothing.
In 2021, the Minister of Public Service advanced a motion of introducing a salary review commission, which among others was to allow room for merging some of the government agencies and also consider the uniformity of remuneration for civil servants. Efforts to get a comment from the Minister of Public Service remained futile as no one was willing to comment on the matter. It should also be remembered that Uganda currently is facing an increase in inflation, at the same time recovering from the effects of the deadly COVID-19 pandemic, while most salary earners have since witnessed no increment to their earnings. Daniel Mugoya, Gloria Gutabinji, UBC News.